You think punishment is teaching your child discipline, but it's quietly training them to escape their emotions instead of handling them. In this video, you'll see what your child actually learns in the moments you try to fix fast. You're in the kitchen, your hands are full, and you can smell something starting to burn on the stove. Your child starts crying louder, pulling at you, not stopping for even a second. You feel it rise, that sharp edge of pressure in your chest. You already know yelling won't help. You still do it. Or you hand them your phone just to buy a moment of silence, and it works, immediately. But something else just happened in your child's brain, and it's not what you think. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what that moment teaches, and why the fastest way to stop a behavior is often the fastest way to build the wrong pattern. You're standing in the kitchen, hands messy with dinner, feeling the weight of a long day. Your child's crying starts to escalate, second by second, piercing through the air and pushing your patience to the breaking point. You turn around, your voice snapping with a sharp tone, or maybe you just hand over your phone like a lifeline to buy some silence. In that split second, a child's developing brain begins to form a distorted link. That overwhelming emotions only disappear through an intense external reaction. They aren't learning how to sit with discomfort, they're learning how to shut down to survive. Your mind is racing with only one thought. Please, I just need 5 minutes of peace. It doesn't start with anger. It starts with exhaustion. It works. Immediately. In that moment, you didn't choose teaching. You chose survival. And that's where the pattern begins. The storm has passed, and the room suddenly falls into an eerie silence. You let out a long, heavy breath as the pressure crushing your chest finally lifts. Your brain registers this as a win, reinforcing the idea that stopping the noise quickly is the ultimate solution. This reflex deepens every time you're stressed, turning a desperate reaction into your default setting. A quiet voice in your head whispers, "At least I handled it, you got what you needed." Silence. That's the reward. Not for your child, for you. Because your child learns something else entirely. When your child is drowning in a meltdown, you shut it down with a shout, a punishment, or a quick distraction. In that moment, the learning window in their brain slams shut as the amygdala takes over in full survival mode. Your child isn't actually learning that their behavior was wrong, they're learning that this emotion must disappear immediately. Their developing brain begins to encode a dangerous shortcut to escape the pressure. Deep down, a toxic belief starts to take root. This feeling is not allowed to exist. Your child isn't learning behavior. They're learning a shortcut. Distress, interruption, relief. They are losing the vital chance to build the muscle of emotional regulation. And that pattern doesn't stay in that moment. That temporary silence you bought today doesn't stay quiet for long. It begins to spread, quietly invading every corner of your child's life. Next time they feel bored, they demand a screen. Next time they lose a game, they quit instantly. And the next time they hear no, they melt down because they simply cannot process the discomfort. Their brain has now prioritized the avoidance pathway over the courage to stay present. Their attention weakens, their emotional tolerance disappears, and they begin to run from any form of responsibility. You find yourself wondering, why can't they handle even the smallest challenge? It doesn't stay small, it multiplies. You didn't teach calm, you taught avoidance. And that pattern doesn't stay in that moment. Every time you choose a quick fix to shut down an uncomfortable behavior, you're accidentally slamming the door on your child's learning. You think you're enforcing discipline, but you're actually stripping away the brain's opportunity to practice regulation. The result is a child who grows up with a single instinct, avoiding feelings, avoiding problems, and avoiding responsibility. All while you tell yourself, "I'm just trying to help them settle down." This is the part most parents miss. Here it is. You didn't teach discipline. You taught emotional avoidance. So the moment isn't what you think it is. The moment your child is crying, angry, and completely out of control, that isn't a problem that needs to be silenced immediately. In reality, it's the only place where their brain can actually learn to tolerate and navigate through an emotional storm. Every second you choose to stay present in that discomfort is exactly when their emotional regulation is being built. If you always find a way to shut it down, you are taking away their most valuable practice session. That moment isn't a problem. It's a rep, a training rep for your child's brain, a chance to build emotional muscle. You can start with a simple thought. What if I don't stop this right now? And you don't need to do it perfectly. This change doesn't require you to be perfect in every single moment. It's just those few times where you hold back from handing over the phone, or the rare moments when you choose not to snap when the screaming starts. Each time you do, their brain begins to learn how to tolerate the discomfort instead of looking for an immediate escape. You don't need to say much. You just need to give them the space to let the storm pass on its own. Not every time, just sometimes. That's how it starts. Because what they learn isn't in the big lessons. It was never about stopping the behavior. It was about what your child learns in the moment you stop it. Reactive parents end the noise. Aware parents watch what the moment is teaching. The moment you rush to silence is the moment their brain is trying to learn. What's one moment you usually fix fast that you might pause in next time? Let me know in the comments. If this helped you see your daily moments differently, stay with me for more. Because it's not the big lessons shaping your child. It's the small ones you almost don't notice.